Welcome to the Snakebite, your home for all things Florida Southern College athletics, where we bring you inside access into the world of moccasin athletics. Here are your hosts, Andrew Pollen and George Connolly.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Snakebite. Here's what the Mocs have been up to. The women's basketball team picked up a win in a non-conference game last Wednesday against Flagler. I caught up with Mocs Player of the Game and reigning SSC Defensive Player of the Week, Julia Janicki, following the win.
Julia, a 78-69 win for your team tonight. What are your thoughts on the overall performance?
Overall, I'm glad we got the win, but it was not our best performance. I think going forward, we need to start off in the first quarter like we started off in the second half, but only go up from here.
For you, 15 points. What was working for you tonight?
I was really feeling my shot tonight, and my teammates knew that, and they were getting me the ball, so thanks to them. But yeah, my shot was working for me.
The girls then dropped their Saturday matchup against Bentley by a final of 65-62. The team is back in action tonight against Embry-Riddle for their first conference game of the season. Tip-off is scheduled for 5:30, and the game will be streamed on the SSC Digital Network.
The men's basketball team improved to 3-0 on the season following a 96-80 win at USC Aiken on Saturday. A total of 6 different moccasins scored in double digits throughout the victory. Our own Jillian Kurtz has more on this story.
Thanks, guys. I'm here in Jenkins Fieldhouse with men's basketball head coach Mike Donnelly. And coach, your team is off to a 3-0 start. What's been working for the team in these first couple of games?
We've been really good defensively and rebound the ball, and that's something that was an area of focus for us this preseason. Really has spent the majority of our time in our preparation focusing at the defensive end and then rebounding. So that's paid off for us. And then we've been offensively probably really good in transition. That's probably been the best focal point for us offensively. But I think we're 3-0 right now because of our ability to guard, get stops, and then rebound the ball well at both ends.
Brett Hansen has 63 points over those 3 games. How has he grown as a player going into his senior season?
Well, first of all, Brett is a terrific player, terrific person, and a terrific leader. And that's probably been the biggest growth for Brett. He's taken on more of a leadership role this year. Over the past couple of years, he's kind of been in the shadow of Jonathan Lawton, who was an All-American for us last year. But he's kind of accepted that leadership role head on for us, and he's off to a great start. I mean, I think when it's all said and done with Brett, he'll go down as one of the best players in school history here, just because of his all-around ability to do so many different things for us, both offensively and defensively. But I think from a growth standpoint, just his confidence from a leadership standpoint has been the biggest thing for me so far this year.
So tonight you take on Embry-Riddle. This will be your 4th straight road game. How important is it to build confidence with all of those road games?
Tonight's going to be a very challenging game. Embry-Riddle is 5-0. They have always played well at home, but they shoot the ball at an extremely high level. They make almost 14 three-point shots a game. So for us, the focal point is going to be make them beat us off the dribble. We're really going to have to get out and close out on shooters and make them beat us, like I said, off the dribble and kind of disrupt their offensive flow and rhythm. And it's not easy to do that on the road, but, we kind of talked about right from day one in the preseason. We knew we would have our first 5 games on the road this year, and, our guys have embraced that, and we have that kind of road warrior mentality right now. It is different with tonight's game because it's a conference game. But, we're not looking ahead to Saturday's game at all. We know tonight's game against Embry-Riddle is going to be a huge challenge for us. But just getting the guys to embrace that road mentality and get them to embrace, the challenge of playing on the road. And so far, so good for us. But tonight's not going to be easy.
Well, thank you so much, Coach. Good luck tonight, and back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Jillian. The men's game against the Eagles is scheduled to tip off at 7:30 p.m. tonight following the conclusion of the women's game. The Mocs play again on Saturday at Baylor University before coming home next week to host a Terrace Hotel Thanksgiving Classic.
Well, we knew this opening road stand would be an early challenge for the men's basketball team. George, they seem to have risen to the occasion.
Absolutely. There's no better record to have through 3 games than a 3-0 record. Coach Donnelly has done a great job of transferring this team that looks very different from last year into the team that they are right now. You have great defense in that starting five from guys like Campbell and Hansen, and offensively, it's very diverse. As we said in the reader, 6 different players were in double digits. That's not easy to do for any squad. So it's a real testament to their road toughness and just the general coaching skill of that staff.
Then on the women's side, we've seen a tale of 2 teams throughout the first couple of games for the Mocs. They've been explosive offensively, but then they've also struggled to get things going. How do they find that happy medium and get into a groove going into the bulk of their season now?
It's going to have to come down to confidence, and that's something that the coaching team for the women's basketball can supply them to some extent, but it'll just take a really good performance. Whether it be on the road or at home, this women's team needs to find a groove, and once they have that confidence, they can really capitalize on it throughout the rest of their season.
In cross-country news, Mason Jones is heading to California to compete for a national championship. What's the expectation level for him?
I think Mason wants to place top 50 at this meet, and it's a very difficult meet to get into. Nothing but kudos to him for getting there. I believe his coach will be traveling with him. He's an exemplary student athlete. He'll represent the school very well, and we wish him nothing but the best of luck.
Yeah, also in cross-country news, Mason, Josh Wagner, Sarah Zamat, and Hannah Fleming were all named to the All-South Region team based off their performance at the South Regional the other week. Congratulations to them. The volleyball team fell to 7-21 on the season after dropping matches against Nova Southeastern and Lynn this weekend. Junior Rachel Martin was named to the Academic All-District First Team by the College Sports Information Directors of America for the first time in her career. The nursing major has a perfect 4.0 GPA and leads the team with a .282 hitting percentage and 62 blocks. The girls wrap up their season with a pair of road games this weekend against Palm Beach Atlantic and Barry on Friday and Saturday, respectively.
The ice hockey program saw their 4-game win streak snap when they fell to Eastern Florida State by a final of 6-1. The Mocs do not play again until December 6th when they host the Ice War on I-4 over the course of the 6th, 7th, and 8th of December at the Lakeland Ice Arena. The swim team heads to Melbourne this weekend to compete in the Panther Invite against Florida Tech. The 3-day tournament will be the second competition of a 3-game road stand for the Mocs. That's all from us this week at the Snakebite. I'm George Connolly.
And I'm Andrew Pauling. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next Wednesday at 3.